You know what I'm learning? I'm trying to learn to do too is look at the actual damn webcam
Right.
instead of looking at your. There's a lot of this when I'm looking at like for long periods if the guest is talking and it's just.
It's so hard, though. It's so hard to
I
just stare at
know.
a green dot. It's, the green dot has no personality.
And it's sort of rude. It's sort of the rude equivalent of like looking over somebody's head or past their shoulder while they're talking.
Right.
Like you're telling me some story down here and I'm
Like,
like, who else is here? Terrible form. Anyway, you're on a rocket ride to the top, Jackie Pirico.
Oh, well, thank you.
So first of all, your album, let's talk about your album, which is called Splash Pad. And it was nominated for a Juno as best comedy album in the nation. It's one of my favorite comedy albums over the past, I don't know how many years, 5, 6
my
years.
goodness.
I don't laugh out loud very often. And I was listening to your album on a plane. I'm trying to get out of the habit of saying plane ride. I would always say plane ride. And as soon as I say it, it sounds stupid because I didn't just go sit on a plane and not go anywhere. Sir,
Well,
you
that is a ride.
you can't be in here, sir. So it's a little redundant. Anyways, there I was on a plane ride listening to your album and embarrassingly laughing out loud a few times because I don't laugh out loud that often. So I don't do it well. So these weird sounds, like that kind of thing. And people are like, what the hell?
Oh my goodness. Okay. The listeners can't see this, but I'm grinning from ear to ear hearing this because this is like, what a dream to hear that coming from you.
Oh, it was, very, very funny. A real great mix of, and this is one of the reasons that and I've never done this before. I shared your album with my sister. She and I are very close. And I texted her and I said, go get this album by Jackie Pirico. And my sister and I get together, we bust a gut laugh and we kill ourselves laughing all the time. Your sense of humor in that album, it's a perfect blend of like really smart and really silly. And I love it when comedians appreciate silliness, where silliness is woven into the fabric of what they're doing.
Thank you so much. I love, the silliness is so, because you know what? It's that element that you're talking about that makes it exciting for me to perform live because those little parts, like the silliness, just like it makes it so fun on stage. And if it wasn't for that, like I love all styles of comedy, and some people are more, as everyone knows, more deadpan or more, there's tons of styles, but just the performance wise, just the physicality or the voices or all of that stuff makes it so fun.
What was your family's reaction to you getting the nomination when you found out that your comedy album was nominated for a Juno Award? That must have tickled the family.
Oh, yes, big time. Yeah, it was a real mind-blowing thing. Well, actually, I kind of tipped off my mom to it before I was certain about the nomination because what happens is that they call you and they say, oh, just to let you know, you're invited to the nomination announcement ceremony. And I was like,
and it would be kind of cruel for them to do that
exactly.
if you weren't going to get the nom.
Yeah, because I was like,
needlessly cruel.
Yeah, it would be Carrie, like a Carrie style prank. Like I said, if this is fake, I'm going to lock the doors of the CBC with my mind. But I called my mom and I said, okay, listen, I don't want to get any hopes up here, but I got this call and I'm invited to the nomination ceremony. Oh my God. And I guess, I don't know if my mom really even understood when I told her this, that I had, submitted my album for the Juno and, there's a process. Because my mom, to this day, like I'm 36 years old and she still thinks I'm going to be kidnapped. And like, she's very paranoid of, she's a worrywart and a very fretful mother. And she said, well, how do you know it was really them? Like, where is it? And I'm like, it's at the CBC. She's like, okay, like it wouldn't be someone luring you to it. And I'm like, oh my God, Mom.
Luring
me.
That's a hell of a scam.
Yeah, like
I never even
disguise
thought of
themselves as a PR company. But anyways,
Yeah.
But I said, Mom, I applied for this. I think this is real. So I tipped her off. She kind of knew about it.
Because you're like, wow, I don't even have an album. Yeah. This is fantastic. I never even made a comedy album.
And so,
all right, I'll be there.
But then
11:30 at night. Okay.
Yeah, 11:30 at night. And an unmarked van is coming to pick me up.
It's got CBC written in marker on the side of the van.
Spray paint.
Oh, looks legit.
And so, yeah, but then once it was real and I went to that nomination ceremony and then I was like, oh my God, it's real. Yeah, a lot of fanfare and my parents and brother, they are ever so supportive, but there was like a real celebration. And then yeah, even just the nomination, I didn't win the statue, but like I'm still really riding that high.
Well, it's a fantastic album. I'm not blowing smoke. I really think it's terrific. Well, listen, Jackie, it's been an absolute blast
Such
talking
a blast.
to you.
Oh my goodness.
And
I've been so excited for this for so long. Like I said, I'm a huge fan, and I'm like, oh my Lord, this is really going to give me a lot more clout with my family.
well, anything I can do to help leverage you, a better seat at the dinner table. I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad
I
could
gotta
help
get
out.
off of that kids table. I'm the only one still at the kids table.
My wife, it's still a bone of contention for Nancy that when she was little, they didn't have a chair for her at the table.
Oh,
It was always
no.
just bring the stool over from the phone, and it's still like it irks her.
Oh
still.
yeah, that'll
Comes
stay
up.
with you.
Yeah, these things that happen when we're kids, they stick with us.